Create or visit Prevnar20.com.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs going for two strays. They are back from Austin, the friendly confines of the Frost Bank Center, as they welcome the Mavericks into town tonight. Tip-offs in about an hour. The Cowboys lost another free agent as nose tackle Jonathan Hankins is signing with the Seattle Seahawks following former defensive line coach Aiden Dirty to Seattle. And the Houston Texans have added a little bit more to their defensive line front, signing former second-round pick Mario Edwards.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
What's up, Danger? Can't stop me now.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Whoever you are, however you may be listening, thanks for tuning in, whether it's 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, or if you're one of the ones on our YouTube channel, make sure to like, subscribe. You can comment along with the video, as has Goldfinger, Jacob Eric, Fred Records, Fred Villarreal, all already in. As a matter of fact, Fred Villarreal says this show's going to be legendary. And I couldn't agree with you more. And you know what else is going to be legendary? Our annual golf tournament. That is right. The 2024 Spring Golf Classic coming up Monday. We are running out of time and we're running out of space. Now, I didn't get an update that we're sold out yet. Last I heard, there was one single foursome left. So if you wanted to be a part of that, and by flight by Yingling, we're going to have an after party just down the road on Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch at 90 Proof Bar and Grill. All the guys are going to be there. And Sarah Auto Group has a shot for $5,000 and a trip to the big game. So get signed up. Let's do this. Let's play some golf. Who knows? Maybe they'll let me out of the box. They're letting me out of the box Thursday and Friday. That's right. I get to go to Twin Peaks as we start taking in the mayhem of the tournament opening round. And I say opening round because I don't count the first four games. That's me. But I'm going to be out. Let's see. We are Thursday. We're going to be at Days of Allah. And Friday, we're going to be out at the Live Oak Twin Peaks. So come to one, come to both, come have some fun. We're going to be out celebrating. So, Ms. Becky, welcome in on the YouTube channel. There is so much to get into, and I can't wait. Joe Reinagel from the Blitz is going to join me here in about 10 minutes as an incredible discussion started to happen towards the end of the show as we had Shireen Williams on, and there was a lot to unpack from that and some of the things she said, especially when she used terms like soft reboot. There's going to be a lot to kind of digest and unpack from what Shireen Williams said and what's happened so far throughout free agency for the Dallas Cowboys. They are usually not very active in the first place. Only have 5 outside free agents or trades brought in last offseason, but they did keep 11 of the 21 free agents that they had last season in the building. This feels much worse. This season, and I've tried to be like, give it some time, let it play out. But the more it plays out, the less activity there seems to be in terms of their ability to even create space. Everything they've told us seems to depend on other people to do something, and the Cowboys don't seem willing to make it happen on their own, even though other teams can and have been making it happen. We'll discuss that with Joe coming up. But the Spurs go for 2 straight tonight. And it's going to be great. Wemby was phenomenal in his last game that we saw out at the Moody Center. 33, 15, 7, 7. Just incredible stat lines. We heard him talk about the defensive player of the year and how he might not get it because the team's bad. I've been an advocate of him being in the conversation for this defensive player of the year award. I am past that. He is the defensive player of the year. And there's just not much that says otherwise, other than the fact that the rest of the team was bad. But the team's defensive rating with him on versus off the court signify how great individually of a defender he is, that he can lift that team from dead last with him not on the floor to in the top 5, 6 of defensive rating. But he gets punished because when it all totals out, they're 23rd. Wins should matter, but sometimes wins aren't the only metric, and you have to look at the entirety of the picture. And when you look at the entirety of the picture, Victor Wembanyama has been the best defender in the NBA this season. And I can't stop advocating for him for this award because of how singularly great he's been. But at the same time, I just start thinking about how incredibly awful their surrounding pieces have been. And how do you fix that in an off season? How do you build around Wemby moving forward? Because doesn't seem to match reality in terms of developing, growing their own players, yada, yada, yada. Okay. And I get it. You got a lot of draft picks. But as of right now, a lot of those draft picks that are paired with Wemby, outside of Wemby, and probably Devin Vassell, not panning out to the extent that they should. So there might be another way that you have to go about this. We'll discuss that, plus the Cowboys and what is happening up in Dallas right now with Joe Ryan from the Blitz as he joins us coming up next right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, ESPN, sasportstar.com, and on our YouTube channel at SA Sports Star. If you want to be a part of the show, you can feel free to call in 210-656-ESPN, 210-656-3776, or you can get at us on Twitter at SA Sports Star. I am at I Am Pledger. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Joe Ryan of the Blitz coming up next.
Time is running out. We're almost sold out. Are you playing at the Golf Club of Texas? Get on it with plenty of prizes, including a shot at $50,000 in a trip to the big game. Presented by Sierra Auto Group. Go to sasportstar.com and get signed up. A 4-person scramble, $120 per player to join, or a group of 4 can sign up together for $400. Then, after your round, join the San Antonio Sports Star gang for the after party, where the Blitz will be live at 90 Proof Bar and Grill on the corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch, 10 minutes from Golf Club of Texas. It's San Antonio's Spring Golf Classic, benefiting the Will Smith Foundation, Monday, March 25th, presented by Flight by Yingling and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
At GiveMeTheVIN.com, we pride ourselves in being America's best car buyer, bringing top dollar for your car with an online process that's fast and easy. But you might not know that we've got a special interest in buying your truck. Luxury haulers, workhorse diesels, or just your favorite pickup truck, we've specialized in putting the right money on your truck for longer than anybody. Go to GiveMeTheVIN.com today and get your check on the spot from America's best car and truck buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with my Lowe's rewards, your savings just keep coming. Save money with member-only offers and earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards just for you. Because Lowe's knows you earned it, literally. Learn more about our new loyalty program at Lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowes.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
San Antonians love a good party, and the Valero Texas Open is one you don't want to miss. Enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. So buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 4th through the 7th.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Dave Ramsey here from my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
World Championship Boxing is coming to San Antonio. Freddie Roach, legendary trainer of rising star Gio Cabrera, will be headlining the boxing event of the year at the Boeing Tech Port Arena. Stars like Justin Figueroa, Shariah Moreau, along with several Texas fighters are set to light up the ring. Don't miss this epic showdown, Saturday, March 30th. Doors open at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at dmpboxing.com or call 210-600-3699 for details. Brought to you by Everlast, Quintana Rum, and Desi Martinez Promotions.
Mark your calendars this coming Monday, March 25th. Join the Blitz at 90 Proof Bar and Grill for the official golf tournament after party. Don't miss out on the fun. Swing by, relax, and let the good times roll. See you at 90 Proof Bar and Grill, corner of Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SIZZLE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text SIZZLE to 42424. That's SIZZLE to 42424.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.com.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, X, TikTok, all the great stuff at I am Pledger. Or you can follow the station at SA Sports Star. You can also, like so many, comment along on our YouTube channel at SA Sports Star. You can like, subscribe, follow along. Right now, we bring in the one and only Joe Reinagle from The Blitz, weekdays with Jason Minix from 2 to 6 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. And there's a lot of different directions I want to go, but I want to start with the most recent thing because it's just permeating my brain right now, Joe. Y'all had a fantastic interview with Shireen Williams, and that's going to be in the AA Best Bail Bonds audio vault very shortly at sasportstar.com. Be sure to go check it out or just rewind on the Blitz live stream in YouTube, and you could check it out there. But first thing out of her mouth, because it was about the sky is falling and Cowboy fans and the reaction, or in some cases, the seemingly overreaction to what the Cowboys have done, or better yet, failed to do in free agency this offseason, and whether this is the status quo for them or if it feels even greater. And she mentioned in her answer the fact that this feels like a soft reboot. And I heard that, my ears perked up. And as a matter of fact, she told me about that. I called her to, it's just something that I was kind of taken aback by, because it's one thing when certain Cowboy fans start to talk about what the Cowboys are doing and how bad it is. When it's mother football, it hits different, Joe.
It does. It really does. And you know what's interesting, Pledge, is when somebody like Shireen Williams is baffled by what's going on there in Dallas. I think every Cowboy fan should take notice. and I get it. It's a long way between now and September. Cowboys can do a lot of things. The problem is they're going to have to get really lucky to fill every hole that they have with a quality player. Now, look, they're going to do some of that during the draft. I get it. But that doesn't take care of all of it. They're going to have to go out, and whether it's trades, free agency, whatever the case may be, to fill every hole that they have. And I think to Shireen's point, maybe that is the case. And she mentioned the fact that the guy she works for, Mike Florio at ProFootballTalk.com, said, yeah, maybe Jerry's just interested in making money. And maybe that's the case. I don't know. I'd like to not think that. But, boy, it really seems like it. And I wish if the Cowboys were doing a soft reboot, Pledge, that they would just say that. Hey, let's go all – and, again, I mentioned this last week. Why not go all in? Why not spend every dime you have, go over the cap, screw it, Mike McCarthy on his last year, Dak Prescott on his last year, and just go for it and then start over. But it just seems like doing it this way is just such a coward's way out if it is a soft reboot.
Okay, your definition of what is all in and mine
might not be the same thing.
Jerry told us it's not the same thing. Different definitions, Joe.
It is different definitions, yeah. But he's not even re-signing his own guys. That's the thing. I mean, Pledge, the fact that so many players have left this team to go somewhere else is eye-opening, and it is. And I said jokingly, it's like rats jumping off a sinking ship, but it's like you keep seeing them. It's one at a time, players leaving. And I know my good friend Jason Minix, and I love him, and I love his passion for the Cowboys, saying, well, if the Cowboys wanted to keep him, they could. Well, why didn't they? Because I don't see anybody better out there than a Jonathan Hankins in the middle, although he hasn't played that well, or a Dorrance Armstrong, or even a Tony Pollard. You don't have anybody better than Tony Pollard. You certainly don't have anybody better than Tyron Smith. And it's just so many holes to fill, and it just surprises me a great deal that the Cowboys have allowed all of these players just to leave seemingly without a fight.
And the other thing is it feels like not only are they doing these things, by the way, last season, everybody likes to bring up the Brandon Cooks and the Stephon Gilmore deals as to, hey, they were made later in free agency, all hopes not lost. Those deals happened on March 14th and 18th. We are at March 19th. They have been more active before this in previous years. So it all hits a little differently, but it also feels like they are making scapegoats for themselves, whether it's Mike McCarthy on the final year of his deal or Dak Prescott and the fact that, we can't do anything. We've got this money earmarked for Dak and Micah and CD, and we can't do anything until we get these deals done. But then we hear stuff like these deals might get done till August. Well, then there's no real pressing need for them to have gotten these deals done. And this has been the plan all along. If there was a plan, it feels like there'd be more urgency to get this Dak deal done to be able to create this cap space for them to do something.
Well, and yeah, if they wait until August, who's left?
Nobody.
Who's left? Nobody's left. So even if you have money to spend, you got nobody to spend it on. Everybody was praising Dak. Oh, well, he added two. Boy, they're talking. Added $4 million to the cap. I mean, that's going to be enough to sign Rico Dowdle, which they did, and then they're up. So while Dak just got a $5 million check written to him, it doesn't scratch the surface. And so what I don't understand, and maybe I fall in the category the sky is falling, because I quite frankly believe that it is. Look, if this is what you were going to do, why do you retain Mike McCarthy? Why not fire him and start over? I don't get it. Why not tell us, Dak, this is it. You're on a prove-it year. If you walk, you walk. We'll start over. And I know that nobody wants to hear that, because then it's going to take some time to build this thing back up, seemingly, right? I mean, who knows? There have been other teams that have gotten it done by doing that. Mm-hmm. So, boy, it just baffles me that, number one, the lack of transparency from the Cowboys, that's baffling. And number two, the way that players are leaving. Look, players know what's going on. They're not stupid. And I can't imagine that every one of those players that has left and signed with another team was basically told, well, we can do better. We can do better. You're not that great. No big loss. Go away, and we'll find somebody better. I just cannot believe that that's the case. So I think players have an understanding of what's going on, and I think that's why you're seeing a lot of them jump ship.
And the problem with what they're doing on top of all this is, okay, yeah, you've got all these holes that you absolutely have to fill, that you need a left tackle, you need a center. Like, these are obvious positions of need for the Dallas Cowboys. Interior defensive lineman, linebacker, running back. You're kind of, with your lack of movement and limited resources with draft picks, really just making a blatant sign of this is the direction we're heading in the draft, and taking all the kind of trickery or any kind of stigma out of the draft for the Cowboys, and putting a big blazing sign out of their front of their door on which way they're going to be going, which allows teams like last year to jump them when there's a player that they may like Dalton Kincaid. When they were obviously jumped, they panicked, made a move, and drafted a Luke Schoonmaker in the second round because all the tight ends were flying off the board.
And it was a move they didn't have to make. I mean, they obviously didn't have faith in what they already had.
They did.
And so that was a baffling pick.
But when you're predictable in the draft, that allows teams to be able to move around you knowing what you're targeting.
And that's a great point, and you're exactly right. I just I don't understand. Last year's draft was, at least right now as we sit, was a disaster. I mean, let's face it. Now, DeMarvin Overshown may turn out to be something. Maybe he does, and that would solve a problem the Cowboys have, which would be a good thing. But when we talk about Mozzie Smith as we sit today, he did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Schoonmaker, nothing. The Deuce Vaughn pick, I will never understand to this day, other than to make his father happy. I just have no clue why they did that. So, yeah, I mean, as we sit here today, that was just not a good draft for them at all. So are we assuming they're going to have a better draft this year? I mean, is there any faith in that this draft will be any better than last year's draft? They're going to draft some offensive linemen. I've seen several mock drafts that say the first and possibly the second will be offensive linemen. But still, you're going to trust a rookie to play left tackle and keep your quarterback upright? I mean, that's a big roll of the dice. So it's just I'm not understanding. Number one, if they're not active in free agent, I get that. Okay, that's what you do. But losing all these players and letting all these players go, that to me is what is head scratching.
A lot of it gets tied up, I think, in the compensatory pick formula. Players signed away versus what you bring in. And there's a formula, and after a certain period, that formula is no more. But by being so strict to that formula, you miss out on a big portion of free agency. And we talk about other teams and what they're doing around the NFL. The Buffalo Bills, who do have a quarterback that is making a lot of money, who do have a receiver who's making a lot of money, who had to exodus a lot of their team, still found a way to not only get their way under the salary cap, but then make moves after that throughout free agency. The Saints are notorious for doing this every year and being, 20 to 50 million over the cap. And they just signed Chase Young yesterday to a $13 million guaranteed one-year deal. Other teams have figured out a way to do this, but it feels like the Dallas Cowboys are content with putting the blame on their players as to, well, we can't get these contracts done, so it is on them as to why we can't partake in this part of free agency.
Yeah, as part of it. You can bring up the New York Jets, too. They've got an expensive quarterback, so that's not an excuse. They had a Tyron Smith and a Mike Williams. So it can be done. Teams can get it done. So for the Cowboys to say anything like that, if they wanted to go all in, which I know Jerry had a different definition than everybody else's definition of that, you can do it. You find ways to do it. The fact that they haven't reached a deal with Dak Prescott yet is unbelievable to me. I mean, I would have thought that deal would have been done, and I would have made it a priority to get that thing done before the NFL league year started. I mean, do whatever you have to do. If you know you've got to restructure this guy's contract, even if you have to overpay him, just to get some cap space to be a player, I think you got to do whatever you have to do in that case. if your intent is to win. If it's not to win and it's only to make money, well, then you do what we see the Cowboys doing right now.
He is the great Joe Reinagle joining me on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Joe, I appreciate your time this afternoon.
But it's always a blast, brother. Anytime.
You have a good one, my friend. That is Joe Reinagle on the Buyers Barricades guest line. All guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. They provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. He has been waiting patiently to talk about the Spurs. I brought him up in the first segment of the show. Clay, welcome on to Extra Innings with Pleasure, my man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am fantastic. About the Spurs, man, what is your path forward for them? What is it that they need? Because this team does feel like it's in need of a massive overhaul.
Right, and you were talking about defense earlier, and we obviously need offensive firepower too.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest that with the top 10 pick, we draft Zach Edey from Purdue. That way we have another combination of the Twin Towers like we have with Robinson and Duncan.
All right.
Zach Edey won Player of the Year last year for the NCAA. He's going to win it again this year.
He's an AP All-American already again this year.
He's a half inch taller than Wemby. We already know that Wemby, he can shoot from anywhere on the court. He can be like a Kevin Durant style of player. And if you got Zach Edey at 7'4", clog in the middle, doing what he's doing in college right now, it would be incredible. You could put Sohan at a small forward, Vassell at small guard. You could keep Trey Jones at point guard, or use some more draft picks and maybe even Zach Collins and trade for a better point guard. But I think that would be a great recipe to fix everything that's wrong.
Look, I like Zach Edey. Top 10 feels a bit rich, considering most pundits are expecting him to go in the second round. But with that second round
he's
pick,
projected as a top 15 pick right now.
According to
ESPN, if you go on the top 15 picks for the NBA draft, he's in the top 15.
Oh, okay. Then they've updated it since last week, because last week he was a second round pick. And Zach Edey, the one fault in his game that has him or had him in the second round was the fact that people worry about his conditioning at the next level, being as big as he is, being able to run the floor in the NBA game. They see that as a possible detriment at the next level, because they play in a much more up-tempo run style, don't pack the paint, and that has been the drawback to possibly him being able to play more than 25 to 30 minutes a game.
Well, I see him being a good player in the future. So
I don't disagree. I like I said, I like him, but
I mean, look at
point.
look at Jokic at Denver. Does he absolutely run the floor like a crazy man? No, he lumbers up and down.
I don't disagree with you, Clay. Like I said, I like him, but if I'm taking him in the top 5, because there is a chance
I'm not talking top 5.
But your pick is going to be dependent, because Toronto may hold on to their pick if they stay in the top 6. So you don't have that second first-round pick to spend.
Well, that could be true.
I'm just saying, there is a price point that you pay on everything, and I appreciate the phone call, Clay. The Cowboys or the Spurs are most likely going to have a very, very high draft pick of their own. If Toronto continues to lose and maintain their pick by staying inside the top 6, then the Spurs will only have that one pick, and you can't spend that first pick if it is inside the top 5 on a Zach Edey. That is my point. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure. More of your phone calls coming up next. I see you there waiting on the line. We will get to you right here on 941 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's coming. It's almost here.
A 15 seed will head to the Elite 8.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is your home for college basketball's national championship.
On their way to their 12th national title game.
68 teams, Sweet 16, Elite 8, the Final Four. One winner takes all. Hear it all on your home for March Madness. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, presented by Westwood One.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure they'll get you your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
Switch to Jackson Hewitt and we'll beat what you paid last year, even if you filed online. Ain't nothing to it. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and pay less for tax prep, guaranteed. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Ulta Beauty's semi-annual beauty event is happening now. Unleash your love for beauty with 50% off daily beauty steals on hair, skin, makeup, and fragrance. Shop your favorite brands like Tarte and Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. Plus, grab perfect hair care pairs from brands like Redken and Olaplex. And check out new arrivals from brands like Charlotte Tilbury and Dyson. Shop the Ulta Beauty semi-annual beauty event online, in-store, or try pickup today. Now through March 28th. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or being threatened by the IRS that your wages are about to be garnished or bank accounts are going to be levied? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has professionals ready to fight for you. Their enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs have saved millions of dollars for taxpayers just like you. They won't just resolve your tax problems. They'll most importantly protect your wages, bank accounts, and all your assets from being taken by the IRS. Call for a free consultation. 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174 or go to alliestaxrelief.com.
Hey, poker players, the Big Blind is open. With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. Whether you are seeking high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Rue Pub, offers daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local experienced experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket, just like our customer Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Head over to Hulu this March, where our new shows and movies will keep you streaming all month long. Catch the acclaimed movie All of Us Strangers, starring Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott. Stream the new Hulu original limited series We Were the Lucky Ones with Joey King and Logan Lerman. And don't forget about Grey's Anatomy. Every Grey's episode ever is now streaming on Hulu. So, what are you waiting for? Go stream something new on Hulu.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The Mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
The basketball madness is back at Twin Peaks, and you already know how San Antonio Sports Star does it. This Thursday and Friday, join us for a full court live broadcast with the lovely ladies at Twin Peaks. Here's your chance to call out of work and catch all the madness in the best seats in the house. That's this Thursday. We're live from 2 to 7 at Twin Peaks at Days of Allah. And then Friday, we're doing it all again, 2 to 7 at Twin Peaks, the Live Oak location. Catch all the basketball madness live with us. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Claymore in the bullpen on YouTube. If you want to watch, comment along with the show. He says Zach Edey's got Buzz vibes. He feels like the second coming of Bryant Big Country Reeves. We got a Big Country reference on Extra Innings today. What say you about the San Antonio Spurs and the direction they're heading and how best to fix it? Look, I do think this team is in desperate need of veteran influx. Especially some leadership capabilities, whether that is a Drew Holiday who could become a free agent or a as a Tybal. There's a few free agents that could become available, although there is one particular free agent aside from Drew Holiday that I absolutely think would fit the Spurs way, culture. He would know what he is in relation to the rest of the team. Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. I am big on the Tobias Harris as a part of the Spurs, fitting the culture, knowing his role, how he would play with Wemby, how he would play with the rest of the younger players like a Devin Vassell, or if you keep a Keldon Johnson, and might be a great mentor for a Keldon Johnson. And I'm all for drafting a young point guard to develop as well, even if you get a Drew Holiday, whether that be Alexander Sarr or Nikola Topic. But I think that or a shooter of some sort, a young shooter who's and scoring for this team. But what say you? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Aaron, welcome into Extra Innings. It's a pleasure, my man. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm always good, man. What you got for fixing the Spurs?
You pretty much nipped it. I mean, Nikola Topic. If you see that young man play, he's like a young Manu. He slashes.
He is, man. Nikola Topic he's fun to watch. I do think he would take some seasoning. I also like Alexander Sarr, the guy out of France. Also, there is the Wemby connection with that. So there is a lot of international bigger guards that.
I'm sorry. You also have Reed Shepherd. I mean, this draft class is not bad with shooting guards and point guards. I mean, and then you have a bunch of draft picks. You got cap space. I mean, no more bigs. We don't need no bigs in here. Wemby's here. Wemby's going to take care of that. I mean, you saw what he did the other night. I mean, overtime. He took over the fourth quarter. So, I mean, we're good with him. We just need a point guard for the future. Jeremy Sohan experiment has failed miserably. He needs to stick to his natural position. But as far as, drafting, they will fix us. I think a point guard for sure.
You are okay with him at his natural position, though, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, all right. He's doing this little posting up game he's got going on, and it's working fine for me.
Because I like Jeremy Sohan at the 4. Like, I like him there, and I wouldn't be mad if he was turned into a guy that came out like a sixth man, like he did at Baylor. I think Jeremy Sohan provides a lot of positives for this team, but you're right. I didn't like him at point guard.
Yeah, it didn't work out. I mean, he had some flashes, but I just think the Spurs. Honestly, that Nikola Topic kid, he might take a year or two, but that kid's special. I mean,
that's why you go sign in free agency a Drew Holiday so that you can
maybe a Drew Holiday
behind him.
Exactly. Yeah, I just want to give that little take, but I mean, the Spurs don't need no more bigs. I don't know what all these callers are saying, but they don't need no more bigs. I mean, that guy from Purdue, no.
No,
I mean, he's big and tough, but I mean, Purdue has been getting upset. But I mean, they got bounced out. They got upset by a 16 seed last year. It might happen again this year. I don't know. I don't trust it.
I appreciate it, man. Aaron,
I appreciate the call. I appreciate it,
man. You can call in anytime. I appreciate you.
Go Spurs, go! Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a multitude of ways to build this team, and I think the Spurs, most importantly, need to build on two fronts. You can continue to build the way that you have through the draft, developing talent. I don't think you need to take the massive swing at a Trae Young or what that may incorporate, but I do think that you need to add some veteran talent in terms of whether it's Tobias Harris, whether it's Drew Holiday, or whatever you decide to do in free agency. But I do think that there needs to be more veterans on this team just to help it along its way in terms of teaching a culture the same way Tim Duncan had David Robinson and Sean Elliott. That there was always a bridge from the past to the present. That bridge is no longer on the court in games or there to help communicate with the teams outside of just practice in the bubble. When they're at practice and at the Rock, like that's the only chance that guys like Manu or Tim or Tony have come back and you've got that option. But what about when you're on the road? How do you handle things on the road? How do you handle things in games? That's where veteran leadership comes in my opinion. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. More of your phone calls. Plus, I'm pouring one out the door on the way out the door as we talk about what's going on down in Houston with those uniforms. That's all coming up next right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you've been thinking about buying a new car or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Or if you're looking for a selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. Or for your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in-store or online at Ancira.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Starting March 18th for 3 days only, shop limited time doorbusters during Lowe's MVP's bonus days. Buy one Metabo HPT 15-degree roofing nailer. Get one box of Metabo HPT 1 1/4 inch collated roofing nails free, a $49.98 value. Plus, save $39 on a Little Giant A4 6-foot 300-pound stepladder. Shop these deals and more while supplies last. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 3/18 through 3/20. Selection varies by location.
If you're a pro and flooring is your game, we'll help you win it. Because at LL Flooring, all we do is floors. You want decor? Try. You want plumbing? LL Flooring has been helping pros knock it out of the park for over 30 years. Visit one of our 400 nationwide warehouses for one-on-one service, extensive inventory, and exclusive pro pricing. Get the pro treatment you deserve. Enroll today, online or in-store. LL Flooring, every step covered.
Oh, I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Check out the 2024 Basketball Mayhem at sasportstar.com. Enter your best bracket for the chance to win an incredible $1 million prize at sasportstar.
Got jokes in the YouTube comments. Rudolph Gonzalez says Spurs should have signed Patty Mills as a bridge to the bridge. Clay Moore's wondering where Patty is now. He signed with the Heat after he was released from Atlanta. So, Miami, he's living a good life. What say you? 210-656-3776, 210-656-ESPN. If you want to be a part of the conversation, David, welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure, my man. What you got for me when it comes to the Spurs?
Oh, like I said earlier, I just, and a lot of my friends think I have brain damage because I say this. But really, truly, I really think, because of the region, the way it's exploding so much, I really think the conspiracy theory, the fix is in. Becky will be coached next year. The Spurs will go get a point guard like DeJounte, bring him back since the Hawks are in a fire sale anyways. And I just see Becky taking them to the NBA championship. I mean, we'll burn the tower down. They will build whatever stadium we want downtown. They'll tear the Frost Bank building down if they have to build a new arena downtown. We will get what we want. And I really think too, really talking conspiracy, I really think the fix in too is for the Brahmans. because I think the UFL knows we can get people in the stands if they start winning. And
So they're going to be good this year?
I think they will be. I will. If you look at the way the schedule's set up, they're scheduled to win. So it should be, we got the best coach. I mean, what we really needed truly 100% would have been Frank Harris at quarterback. And then we'd be blowing the roof off the dome. But, we're close enough where we're at. But I'm going to go back to my vodka and Coke, because I'm sure half the people are listening are saying, what is wrong with that guy? Hey, but your show is awesome like always. Thanks for the vine. Adios.
Of course. Thank you, David. Call back anytime. David, call it in. Look, it's not out of the realm of possibility. The Spurs may be setting some things in order to welcome a grand return for Becky Hammond. I would not put that out of the realm of possibility. Of crazy conspiracy theories I've heard, that is way low on the meter of crazy. So Becky would reinvigorate this fan base, I think, and give probably a lot of hope, especially with what she's done up in Las Vegas with the Aces. This has been Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger. I appreciate everyone for joining me tonight. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe SA Sports Star on our YouTube channel, or just go to sasportstar.com where you can check out everything in the audio vault brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, including that interview from the Blitz with Shereen Williams, where she said the Cowboys may be going into a soft tank. But that's going to do it for me. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Do you want the most money for your used car and a hassle-free process? Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Give Me the VIN is fast, easy, reliable, and pays top dollar for your car. It's that simple. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the BBB. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz in Las Vegas Thursday, March 28th at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas to celebrate